So this is kind of a funny thing about modern day customer service through apps, just in general. A lot of companies handle everything really well, but in terms of efficiency, that is. But the tendency is to direct the customer back to some form of automation instead of just answering a question. Like, so this is a person, and Christoph, which is also a character in a movie, right? Isn't that Frozen, right? Anyway, whatever. So I had an issue with Cashapp support because they have those boost deals where you get like either like a percentage immediately kicked back on your purchase, or in this case, it was a Bitcoin boost. And so I get Bitcoin for making a purchase using my Cash App, right? So I was very specific in my question when I wrote it in. I was like, hey, I got the boost, but it was calculated on the amount before the tip. And then, of course, the merchant, usually with restaurants, a few hours later, they update the amount of the charge. So like when you hand them your card, you're immediately hit for the food and beverage amount. And then like the next day or whatever, when they settle all their card purchases for the day, that's when whatever amount you tip, and I tip well, so it's kind of important to me to get that all the bang for my buck, right? So Christoph here, and my original, I don't know if it shows, it doesn't show my original question, but I was very, very specific. Like I spelled all what I just said. I was more detailed than what I just said. I spelled it out very clearly the answer I was looking for. And the first thing I said was that the boost was clearly calculated only on the original food and beverage amount. So pretty specific question, and this is the thing about tech support in general, certainly not, Cash App was nice enough to respond to me fairly quickly. I think it was last night that I sent this, and I just got this this morning. That's good, right? It's like next morning, a real person answers you. Plus, there was an automated response first, with all the links to get automated help, that's the part where you should get links to automated help only. The auto response should say, hey, you can find this answer by doing this. You can get help with this by clicking here, right? But then when a person replies, they should not, first of all, they should read what you wrote. I'm not saying Christoph didn't read what I wrote, but he did respond in a very, this is general help about missing boosts, which is not what I asked for. I asked for a very specific thing about boosts, right? So I get this general information about how to submit the payment for review from your Cash App, which is, I think, how I got to this anyway. I'm pretty sure I tapped on the boost. I'm quite certain of that. As a matter of fact, I tapped on the boost, and that's when I asked the question through this exact process. Missing, but I don't know if I clicked missing boost. I think I just clicked help after that. But still, a real person read what I wrote. They should answer my damn question. So I wrote back to him and just said, hey, just to be clear, you're saying that the boost was missing. I'm paraphrasing what I wrote, but I said, I just spelled out what I was just talking about. As a matter of fact, let's see if I can find the message that I just sent. Oh, that's not it. Where is it? It's not here. I swear I just responded. There it is. Boost is not missing. Just the way the merchant charged me at the restaurant was the food amount only on purchase. And then, as is the case probably with every restaurant dining experience anywhere, they increase the amount later based on the tip that I left. So I guess my question is, what is the policy here exactly? Or is there one? Is a tip meant to be part of the total amount the boost is calculated on, or is it specifically for the food and beverage amount in the case of a restaurant boost? And that's exactly what I asked in my first message. Exactly, different. I wrote it, yesterday, so it was probably a little differently worded, but very specific. It was actually much longer. I remember it was 2 or 3 paragraphs at least. So it's kind of dumb, that tech support doesn't just answer the question, because all he did was go into general information about missing boosts, which doesn't make any sense.